Okay, so we're going to make this design view, and we're going to do a bunch of stuff with strings. We're going to specifically be using substring, remove, replace, insert, and indexOf. So here we go. So let's insert a click event for our button do stuff. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do substring. Okay, so substring needs to know the start position and also needs to know number of characters that you want to grab. Okay, so grabs a piece of a string object starting at start position, continuing for number of characters. So here we go. Let's go dim user word as string, and we are going to grab it from our text box, user sentence.text. So we're going to do that. We're going to go dim, let's just call it new word as string, and we'll just set it as an empty string to initialize it. And I do believe that when we run this thing, like, we're going to make our sentence something like Halloween is spooky. Something like that. That's what we'll enter when we test it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab just the word Halloween. Is that how you spell Halloween? Okay. So we're going to say new word becomes the user word dot substring, and I'm just using the IntelliSense a lot, so I'm hitting tab. And well, let's see what is my start position. So if I want to grab Halloween, that will be position 0, and then I need to count how many characters long Halloween is. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 characters. So there we go. That would be grabbing the word Halloween. Now I'm going to take my LBL response dot text, and I'm just going to display a new word in it. And that would be my first example. So I'm going to go ahead and compile this. See what happens. Also copy and paste that while I'm at it. So here it is. Enter a sentence. So Halloween is spooky. Do stuff, and we can see that our response, we got the word Halloween out. Beautiful, beautiful. Want to just show you a couple errors here. So if I tell it to go to a position that's not in the string, so if I tell it to go to position 50 and grab 9 characters, let's see when this is going to crash. So it compiles fine. So the compiler doesn't check and make sure that there is a position 50. What's going to happen is when I run this and hit do stuff, I'm going to get a runtime error. Okay, and it says system.argument out of range exception. So start index cannot be larger than the length of the string. Okay, so it's saying, hey, I tried to go to an index that doesn't exist. It's outside of the length of the string. Okay. All right. So if you like, because these are sort of your notes, we can leave this here. Maybe we can add another button. So what we'll do is we'll be a little bit smarter here, and we're going to go to btn do stuff, and I'm just going to change it to substring for the text, and I'm going to change the button name to btn substring, and I'll probably make the button a little bit smaller. So that specific button is going to do the substring for just whatever the first. Sorry? I called it substring, btn substring. Yeah, I'll try to stick to what the text of the button is. So if you want to copy that button, paste it again. The next one we'll do is we're going to do remove. Okay, so we can change the text of that button to remove, and we'll change the name to btn remove, and we'll do a remove example. So I'm going to copy and paste some of this code here, and well, probably I'm just going to copy and paste this. I'm going to copy and paste this first part where I declare the word and the new word, because we're going to have that in every click event. So I'm going to make a click event for btn remove. I'm just going to throw down my copied text, and I'm going to quickly throw some notes up here. So remove needs to know start position and then number of characters. And what it does is deletes a substring from your string object starting at index start position and continuing for number of characters. Always remember, this is going to go in your code binder, so you want to have maybe some notes, right? Like what does remove do, what are the parameters, and then an example. Yeah, I'll stick this up on YouTube. So, okay, so I got my user word right there. I'm gonna make it Halloween is spooky, and what should we remove? Let's remove spooky. Okay, so I'm gonna go new word becomes the user word dot remove. And the start index, I'm going to have to see here. Let's see. It's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So at position 13, I'm going to start. And how many characters is spooky? It's 6 characters. And if you want to remove the exclamation mark, it would be 7 characters. All right, so I'm going to copy and paste that Halloween is spooky, so I don't need to type it. I'm going to run it. And if I remove, oh, I forgot to update my label. So it didn't do anything because I never told it to. So it's going to copy and paste this lbl response.text. There, make it the new word. That was a rookie mistake. Oh, and of course I copied that. Perfect. So Halloween is spooky. So now my new word just says Halloween is, because we removed the word spooky. By the way, is there a space after this is? Yeah, there is, because we didn't remove the space, but obviously you don't see it, but it's there. Okay, there's that one. Let's see. What's next? You know what? I probably won't demonstrate replace or insert. I think you probably get the idea now. But I do want to spend probably the last 5 or 6 minutes here doing indexOf, because that's a really big one. All right. Now remember, it just returns the position of whatever substring you're looking for, and it'll return -1 if it cannot find that substring. So let's go ahead and throw down another button here. So if you could rename this button to indexOf, we'll call it btn indexOf. So I'm going to insert a click event for btn indexOf. We'll throw down some notes. So indexOf substring returns the index of, and this is important, it returns the index of the first occurrence. And I don't know how to spell occurrence because I'm a horrible speller. 2 C's, 2 R's. So it returns the index of the first occurrence of substring. Okay, so if you're looking for an A, and say your string has 5 A's in it, it's only going to tell you the index of the first A that it finds, and that's really important. So otherwise it returns -1 if it cannot find the substring. So if it can't find the substring, it's going to return -1. It's a signal to you that whatever you're looking for does not exist. This is not the droid you're looking for. Okay. We're going to copy and paste some of this stuff. So we can copy and paste the dim user word, all that stuff. I'll slap it down here. I'm going to copy and paste my LBL response. I'm not going to make that mistake again, so I'm just going to toss it down there. And this is what we're looking at now. So we're going to stick with Halloween is spooky. And we're going to do a bunch of stuff. We're going to need another variable, so we're going to go dim index as integer, right? Because indexOf returns an integer value. We'll just set it to 0 for now. And let's do a bunch of stuff. So let's find the index of, throw it an O. So what's our prediction? What's the index of the first O? Anyone? Yes. So it should be 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's do it. Let's go index becomes. So we need to say what word we're going to use it on. So we're going to use it on user word. So we're going to go user word dot index of, and it needs to be in quotation marks because it's a string, and I'm looking for an O. Okay, and then in here, in my LBL response.text property, I'm going to throw the index down. So let's see. Let's compile it. Don't think I copied my Halloween is spooky, so I'm going to retype that. We're going to hit index of, and sure enough, it says 4. Is an uppercase O different from a lowercase o? Yeah, it is. So if I were to say, let's just do it again. So let's find the index of a capital O. What's our prediction? Yes, it's going to go to the spooky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Did I hear 16? No? 17? I do believe it's going to be 16. So it's only going to say this first O. So let's try it. We can copy and paste this code. Put it down here. Change it to a big O. Now, I'm not going to erase this. I'm just going to point out, like, VB is going to run this code from top to bottom. So first it's going to do this. Then it's going to do this. So the last answer that's going to be in my variable index will be for big O. And I'm going to leave this because it's for your notes, right? So I'm just going to leave a few examples for you. But if you want to just, when you print it, just remove them all except for one, that would be fine. So Halloween is spooky. Let me copy and paste that. There we go. So index of, oh, and it says 15. I was wrong. What did I do wrong? Did I forget that I started at 0? Let's see. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, the last space, 13, 14, 15. I must have miscounted. Yeah, so it's going to return 15. I think someone said that out there, so good for you. Yeah, I thought I heard it out there. Yes. Okay, so that's index of. I'm going to do one last example. So let's look for a letter that is not there. So which letter should we do? An X. Alright, so let's do, I'm going to copy and paste this because I'm lazy. And I'm going to look for the index of an X. I'm going to copy and paste my sentence here. We're going to run it. Halloween is spooky, looking for the index of an X, and it returns -1, signifying to me, hey, there's no X in your sentence. All right, so that's a quick rundown of some string methods, and thank you for joining us. See you next time.